Hi, very good afternoon to all traders. Today is Monday, the 14th of October, and market has been a bit quiet today, alright, and of course tomorrow is a holiday lah. And just let me go through some commentary, alright, on the general market itself. For those who don't know me, my name is Mark, and let's go to the spiders, okay? So last week, right, I found that there was quite a lot of pullback opportunities, alright, during the week. And I'm going to go through some of them, but just take a look at the spiders first. Let me redraw this trend line. I think it's a bit off. Okay, so in general terms, right, this is how I will actually draw the channel for the spiders itself lah. So actually nothing much going on. We can see that last week I actually talked about the 50-day moving average flattening out. Okay, flattening out, but given that the preceding trend is actually still up, we give the benefit of the doubt to the bulls, and you can see that the market has pulled back upwards strongly from the down move here. And there's also quite a good support I marked out here that the market actually bounced off close, but actually bounced off around this area. So like I said and repeated many times before, you take a look at the slope of the 50-day and not whether the prices are crossing above or below it. Okay, so right now the market is still in generally still a bullish trend, right? Regardless of whatever news you heard about the debt ceiling or what, right? To be honest, I don't think anybody can predict what will happen, what decisions they will make. So we just trade on the facts, right? Which is the prices that's happening in the market now. Okay, and let me see. Okay, let me go through some of the shares that I'm still holding. The first one is KRFT. Okay, so KRFT, after I took two targets, right? I'm putting my stop at break even here. Okay, and you can see this mini trend line. I hope to continue to ride up. If it can go close to maybe the 54, 55 region, I'll be very happy with this trade. Okay. I talked about being stopped out by IBM last week, and I actually did a trade recovery, which you can see this is a false breakdown. So I did a recovery, alright, a trade recovery on this false breakdown, and managed to make back some of the losses, okay, for this. And DE, which is Deers, is okay, Deers is not really doing much lah, okay, but I bought at a 786 and it's still moving, sort of creeping up. Two targets have been hit, but let's see how far this thing can run. Okay, we don't know where the market will go, so we take early profits just to make sure that we have the right psychology to hold on to the rest of the positions if it goes our way. Alright, and yeah, like I said, last week there were quite a lot of pullback opportunities. Okay, the first one is Wells Fargo. Alright, this one is very good because I like that it has symmetry, and there was very good volume support marked out by this green area. Okay, and the 786 was the trade I took, and it has hit one target only for me. The second target is actually 41.62, around there, and hopefully this few days it will be able to hit the 41.61 62 region, so that I can move my stop up close to break even. So I'll ride on this trade if it's possible. Alright, for this. And next one is American Express. Now this trade I did not take, but remember the last few weeks I actually rode this trend up, and then when it broke down on this trend line, I actually exited. So this was actually a fairly quick trade. But you can see that right now, okay, if we draw a Fibonacci, there's actually a 786 trade right here. Okay, with some support in the past lah. Not a very strong support, but the support is still there. Okay, and you can see the subsequent move of the gap up and stuff like that. Alright, so when things are like that, these are the times where the news will be very bleak. Okay, but this is where usually you will want to take a bet. Alright, so one of my checklists is that when I take the trade, am I feeling scared or am I worried? And if I am, right, then all the more I should put on the trade lah. I'm not saying that it's the best case for you to do the same, Okay, you do need a little bit of experience before you do it. Okay, but then generally when I'm feeling a bit fearful, right, this is where I usually take a trade. Okay, because it's very funny, the market just works like that. Okay, when it's very weird, very scary, and you're hesitant to take a bet, right? And when you take it, usually it can reap much better rewards. Okay, this is psychology of the market. It has always been like that. All right, and this is the case itself. Okay, the next one is Bank of New York Mellon. Okay, all right, there was actually a 786 trade here. All right, I did not take this also, but one of my students did. Okay, took it around $30, nearly stopped him out. Okay, let me just zoom it out a little bit. Okay, nearly stopped him out because the stop was at probably around 29.35. Okay, but after that it gapped up and took 2 targets. All right, and riding the trend now. Okay, riding the trend now. Probably this trend line will not be the best trend line because it's a little too steep. Okay, so depends on your way to take your trailing profits, right? I think this would probably be a very good trade because it has the potential to go up even more for Bank of New York Mellon. Okay, next one is Suncor, symbol SU, Suncor Energy. Right, I talk about, when the prices are actually here. I said that those who remember, I think past 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Yeah, I said that likely prices are going to stall. Of course, I don't know whether it will stall or not. But given how the trend channel is moving, right, you can see that it's actually at the top of the boundary of the trend channel between these two lines. Okay, and it's actually correcting now for this. So actually I'm looking for Suncor to actually pull back to this green zone, like I said. I'm not sure whether it will pull back that much, but my hope is that it will come back to around 32.50 to 32, and I may take a trading or investment position with it. Okay, we can see that around this, if I draw from the green zone, it actually coincides with this 786 retracement, which is about 32.83, and I think close to that would be pretty good, where I can take a bet on this. Okay, so that is all for Suncor. All right, there was also a very good trade on Coke. Okay, and it hasn't moved that much yet. You can see this is a 786 with very good volume support around this green zone. Okay, and for those who are scared to take something that's going down, you can actually put a trend line, and when it breaks, you go for it lah. But then as with all things, there's always a pro and con to each method. If you wait for the trend line break, then chances are that maybe you may be buying at a higher price than if you had bought at the 786, which is 37.27 in this case. Okay, so I'm in this, okay, with quite a medium position for this. Hopefully it can get to my second target. Right, the first target not yet hit, but I think it's close already. Hopefully it can hit 2 targets quickly, and then from there I'm gonna write the rest of the position. Alright, let's talk about the STI. Okay, so STI, like I said, the 50-day moving average is actually pointing down. Yeah, you can see that it's actually pointing down. So it's a little bit more, it's a little bit different from the spiders. Okay, and but whatever market it is, like Singapore is a small market, so it's actually pulled along by the Dow Jones and the spiders. So the US market is actually one of the biggest, and it's the mother of all markets. So we have to give it the respect it deserves. Okay, and for the STI right now, the 50-day is sloping down, so we have to give the benefit of the doubt to the bears in this case. Okay, and you can see that it pulled back. Last week I said it pulled back around the 50% retracement. So we can see that the pullback is, I don't know, it's a bit shaky now. Today is a low volume day, so we don't want to factor in too much on today. But it seems like this overhead resistance is still very strong around here. Okay, and looks a bit neutral to shaky for me, so I have no commentary on this lah. But we give the benefit of the doubt to the bears for the STI for the current moment. Alright, I talked about SGX last week. Okay, so SGX, the trade was taken. Okay, at the 786 retracement, just right here. Right, 722 sort of 722, 822, yeah, somewhere around 722. So I say that last week I said that we are in a loss, okay, but for those who took the trade, you're in a loss, but you must follow your trade plan, which is the stop is below this area, all right, and the two targets are here. So you can see one day it gapped out and you can take two targets immediately. In fact, the gap out, we can take the two targets at a higher price, right? Because in Singapore markets, you have to place in the trade manually yourself lah. Okay, so you could have took 2/3 of the position off, right? Once the SGX open on the day, and you can see it pull back. So for those who have moved their stop up, you haven't stopped out already here, but you have made 2/3 of the position already and stopped out at break even for the last 1/3 of the position. So this is a good trade if you actually follow the plan lah. So you must always follow the plan. It's very important that you follow any trade plan you have. Don't happy change here and change there, because if that's the case, right, then you will have a hard time trading lah, because you don't have a proper methodology to it. All right, it doesn't have to be a very very straightforward system like a MA cross or whatever, but because this is trading discretionary in a discretionary format lah. But even if you trade in a discretionary format, you need to have certain ground rules and a plan to follow. Otherwise, chances of you going haywire is very high in this case. So for those who have gotten in this trade and haven't been stopped out yet, probably we can hope for the prices to bounce along this trend line. Okay, hopefully it can bounce off, and then when it breaks, you can get out. Or if you want a more longer term, you like SGX a lot and you want a longer term, then you use a 3-bar weekly low, all right, to trial your profits up. I don't have time to explain the 3-bar weekly low, but I think those who are seasoned traders should understand what I mean. Okay, so that's for SGX. KEPCORP, okay, KEPCORP, the trade is very good. All right, we traded from here. I did not take this trade, but one of my students did. Okay, he took this 618 because there's some volume support and previous support and resistance here. Actually, no, just support around this region. So he took the 618, and you can see the move has been so big. Okay, for me, it has traded all the way to the highs here. So if it was me, I would have taken all here already lah. Okay, but if you are looking for more, then probably you can use this trend line, okay, to see if you can squeeze more profits out of the last third position, or you can use like I said, a 3-bar weekly low, and see if we can ride even higher lah, maybe to $11 and more. Okay, but given the magnitude of this run, it's been like straight up, almost 90 degrees up. A pullback is likely lah. So for me, I would take most of my profits already at the top here. And if you pull a RSI, you can see that there's some form of divergence around here already. Okay, it's a very small divergence. You got to screen a little bit to spot it. But same for the MACD, you can see there's some divergence here. So doesn't mean the stock cannot move up, but odds are not that strong that it can move up. But it may pull back a little bit before continuing going up. All right, it needs to digest this move up, this up move. Okay, it needs to digest a little bit before it has a chance to go up again. That's my personal opinion. It may not happen. Okay, as for CAPITALAND, I'm looking for the 618 trade here, and it has not touched the 618, so we just have to have a wait and see attitude. All right, if it touches here, then we can consider a position. But given how the stock moves, right, this move down, I hope that it can go all the way to the 786, right? Then the trade will be even a higher probability one for me. Okay, so nothing much going on in the markets. For last week, there were some pullback trades in the US markets, but other than that, not much going on lah. Okay, especially the Singapore market has been quite quiet, and it's been a difficult trading environment. Alright, as of now, about 345, STI is down about 18 points, and nothing much going on, to be honest. So I think that's all. Next week, if I see anything, I will post my weekly video as per normal. Okay, so for those who are interested in Collins' CSI system and such like that, you can definitely go to the collinsell.com. Okay. And from there, you can go to our events page and register for some of our seminars if you are interested. Okay, if not, I think that's all. Thank you for your time and have a very good holiday tomorrow.